That was Lay, but with B minor, and before that, Lay with the Call to Dance. Happy pre-St. Patrick's Day to you. This is your cousin Dave. We got one more artist in front of us before we close the evening, and I hope you've enjoyed the jazz earlier this evening and the tunes in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. I hope you're having a good one tonight, and if you listen to this later, I hope you will have a good St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to play one song and have a few words and then play the last song to go out on. This next song, it's the title cracks me up, and used to hear this a lot in these type songs years ago. I guess you still hear some things like that in today's songs. We always think that we're more risque now than they were back in those days, but hey, if it's been done before. It'll be done again. So anyway, by the way, it's called Jazz and Everything Else from KBLP. And once again, I have the great fortune of being able to host this podcast along with my morning podcast on Tuesdays. That's Why the Blues, which is at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 a.m. Mountain Time, where I play all types of blues. And of course, this show it's called Jazz and Everything Else, where I play all types of music. On the second half, first half is self-explanatory, obviously jazz, but I play jazz from all eras. I think that all music's good. Music doesn't go bad, and if you know the roots of your music, it makes it more enjoyable and makes it easier to understand the new music because it all came from its roots. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying the stuff tonight. And let's get going. And we're going to hear Patrick Street, one of those bands I can actually easily pronounce their name. And this tune is called Spanking Maggie from the Ross.
Come all you sporting gentlemen and listen to my song, and if you will attention pay, I won't detain you long. The people of Dungannon town must surely boast no more, since they have lost their trotting match along Glenarm shore. On the 14th day of June, brave boys, in the year of 72, some thousands gathered round the course from every point of view. The contest of these noble greys that day for to behold, for a 6-mile race in harness for 100 pounds in gold. Montague throughout the challenge, I hear the people say, to any in this nation round to match his favourite grey. But Spanking Maggie from the Ross has caused him to bemoan that ere he left Dungannon in the county of Tyrone. Well, the champion was a handsome mare, we cannot this deny, and all around the Emerald Isle her master did defy. She being sold, as I've been told, her price £1,000, and nowhere in the nation sure her equal could be found. The prize to be £100, the challenge specified, and in Tyrone it was made known, and shortly will be tried. But Campbell Miller from the Ross, of fame and high renown, at once took up the challenge and he laid his money down. Well, the time and place were mentioned, and then they did prepare, and to the course at sweet Glenarm all spirits gathered there. And Antrim's tars at home from war stood in defiance bold, while all around the bets went down in heaps of shining gold. From the standpoint then they started, with Maggie in the rear, which caused Tyrone's great boastful crowds to give a lusty cheer. But as she ran she seemed to say to those along the way, sure the Antrim lads will never fail, and soon they'll win the day. Up to the mid course the champion did prevail, with Swallow speed upon her wing and Maggie at her tail. But Maggie's courage soon arose, and then she let them see that there has never yet been fooled with strain and pedigree. She still increased her distance till the race was at an end, and she left the grey Dungannon mare with her forlorn friend, which caused her backers for to cheer and the taverns for to roar and shout hooray for Miller's Ray along Glenarlan shore. Success and fortune still attend both Miller and his mare. All you that's fond of trotting, I would have his to beware. Ne'er boast nor banter like Montague, who finished with a frown and carried home his empty bags unto Dungannon town.
Spanking Maggie from the Ross from Patrick Street. Well, I want to thank y'all for welcoming into your homes, or your car, or your iPhones, or your Android, what have you, your desktop. I appreciate you listening to my music that I bring to you. It's my pleasure. It's my joy. I love sharing music, and it's something I'm hoping that will keep me going through the years. I hope it keeps you going. I think music is a magic. It can lift you up when you're down. It can remind you of things in the past. And is this just the greatest joy in the world? Music is, I wish I was a musician. That's my one regret in this life. I wish I had the talent, but at least I know how to share it. And at least because I couldn't play an instrument, I learned to share it and learn more about the history and where it came from. And that's where I'm coming from. So I do hope you enjoy what I play. But anyway, I have one last tune for you to set you up for St. Patrick's Day, and then I'll bid you adieu. This is by Patrick Street also. And oh, by the way, it's called Jazz and Everything Else. Next week, who knows what I'll play for everything else, but it'll be jazz in the beginning. You know that for sure. But anyway, check it out. Check this podcast out on Facebook, iTunes, iHeart, YouTube, Twitter, and Spreaker. Now let's get on with it. Patrick Street takes us out tonight with Her Mantle is Green. Happy St. Patrick's Day to one and all of you. And I hope you have a good one. And kiss the Blarney Stone if you get a chance. If not, kiss the missus. Or, in case you ladies, kiss your gentleman. Or, depending on your persuasion, kiss whoever you love. Have a good one. Goodbye, folks. Later.
As I went a-walking one evening in June, to view the fair fields and the meadows in bloom, I spied a pretty fair maid. She appeared like some queen, with her costly fine robes and her mantle so green. Says I, my pretty fair maid, won't you come along with me? We'll both join in wedlock, and married we'll be. I'll dress you in fine attire, you'll appear like some queen with your costly fine robes and your mantle so green. Says she, now, young man, you must be refused. I'll join with no other, and I must be excused. To the green woods I will wander, to shun all men's view, since the boy I love dearly lies in famed Waterloo. Oh, since you will not marry me, come tell me your love's name. As I was in that battle, I might know the same. Draw near to my garment, for 'tis there can be seen. His name is embroidered on my mantle so green.